Why should the advisors to the Chancellor have any concern at all about what an independent Bank of England is doing? Good morning.
Morning. Well, I suppose they are the sort of Economic Advisory Council, so their remit is broad. I mean, there are a couple of members who are recent members of the Bank of England, and there's Andy Haldane, who was the chief economist until recently, who was sort of sounding the alarm on inflation quite early. And obviously, inflation is kind of the key issue. So. They are an independent committee themselves. The Bank of England is independent. I think it's perfectly reasonable for one group of independent people to comment on another group.
Absolutely. Well, I suppose the horse has bolted. I mean, we've had the fastest hiking cycle. I think I don't know whether it's in history, but it's certainly pretty brutal, isn't it? Can you foresee a time when the Chancellor and the PM become more openly critical of the Bank of England?
It's very unusual for the politicians to be openly critical of the Bank of England. Obviously since '97, there's been independence and separation of responsibilities, and the guidance, the principle has always been that the politicians will not comment on monetary policy, and the central bank officials are not supposed to comment on fiscal policy if it does stray. And there have been moments. So in 2007, there was a lot of tension behind the scenes between the governor at the time, Mervyn King, and the chancellor at the time, which was Gordon Brown. And it later came out that Gordon Brown had wanted to intervene in the bank publicly, but felt he couldn't because he didn't want to undermine the independence of the Bank of England. So it's a pretty fraught thing for the government to actually go public with criticisms. Politicians are free to do that, and they have been doing that quite a lot. But for the executive branch of Parliament, for the government itself to do that would be unusual.